Hello, welcome to my stamp studio, and it is Wednesday Hump Day Lunch Break Live. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that in there. I've been told not to use the L-I-V-E word in my video, so I'm going to skip using that. So welcome to Hump Day Lunch Break. I hope you're going to enjoy this. I am going to start with one card and then step it up. I want to be able to show you how you can use these fabulous Stampin' Up! Products to make some really adorable cards. So this is a quick one. So let me know that you're joining. So if you're watching on Facebook, give me a comment. It is a live video. And I do copy this up to YouTube. So you will see the, you'll see it as a replay. Excuse me there. And I just realized I forgot two of the things I need to share with you. So we're going to be using the Rainbow of Happiness. And I'm going to show you how to make 4 cards. So our first one's going to be stepped up just using our first bundle. So let me show you the bundle in the catalog here. Now this is from our mini catalog, our January to June mini catalog. We're going to be focused on the Rainbow of Happiness bundle, which is the stamp set and coordinating dies. And we're also going to pull in this fabulous Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper. Oh, it is so much fun to use. I can't wait to share it with you. Okay, so here is our stamp set. Let me take my little note off of there. And then here are the coordinating dies that go with it. Oh, and I have quite a few of them pulled out already because I've been using them. So you're probably wondering, what am I going to do with that? Well, I'm going to show you today. So let's get this started. And I think you'll love these cards. And when you see these cards and how easy they are to make, you're going to fall in love with these products and want to get them in your stash too. All the list of the products will be in the description. And also a link to my online store will be there. And I'm trying to think, if you're watching this on YouTube, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And go ahead and click on the little notify bell on YouTube there, and you'll be notified of any time I upload a video. Otherwise, make sure you join my Facebook group at My Stamp Studio. You get to see all sorts of fun things. I do put posts up there of projects I'm doing. People in the group post and share things, so you're welcome to join us. All right, so the first thing I have here is a piece of thick basic white. It's cut at 4 1/4 by 11 inches and scored at 5 1/2. So I'm going to bring my bone folder in. If you don't have one of these, you need one. It is a great way to crease and really get a nice crisp fold in your cardstock. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to create a rainbow. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to take our Designer Series paper. And again, this is our Celebration Designer Series paper. So you can get this free when you spend $50 in my online store. And let me tell you, there is a lot in here. So it comes 6 by 6. I've cut down 4 different ones to 3 by 6 because that's what I'm going to run through my die cut machine. But let me show you some of these patterns on here. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. So on one side, it's more of a solid, but then the other side, you have the rainbows. And there's so much in here. There's 48 sheets, so you get a bunch. It is just amazing. I have been using this quite a bit to make a lot of different cards. And let me tell you, I still haven't run out. This is also going to be my featured class to go in February, so make sure that you are on my email subscription list so that you get notified of that class. You don't want to miss out on this class. Okay, whoop, that's a scrap piece. So what I've done here is I've taken my layers, I've run them through the die cut machine, and so I'm going to do one of them because I've done some already. So let me just show you what I did. I just layered my die right on my Designer Series paper. Now this base here is about 3 1/2 inches wide. This is our mini cut and emboss. It's really cute. It sits up on your desktop so that you can easily move it in and out of place as you need it. So I'm just going to go through now with the Designer Series paper. It is thinner, so you can do multiple pieces at a time, like 2 pieces at a time. So because of the way I'm sitting here, I just need to run it through the other way here. Now, if you have paper on your desktop, sometimes it doesn't like to have that paper underneath, and that can cause an issue with it gripping. And it's not the die cut machine, it's the fact that it's sliding around on your tabletop. So let's get this one put through. Okay, so here we go. I like to stand when I'm die cutting, and I'm just cranking this right through, just like that. And now I've got 4 different arches, so I'm going to be able to make 4 different cards. So that's a scrap piece there. I'm going to move these out of the way because right now I won't need this anymore. In fact, most of the die cutting I've already done, but I'll share the dies that I use with you as I go. So let's get our pieces here. So we have our large piece here. And then, like I said, I've already cut out those other colors. So I am just going to put them kind of right here. So I have my larger pieces on the same spot. And the reason I'm doing this is so that when I go to lay this out, I know what pieces I need to grab. All right, let's see. That one here. That one here. And you can use the other side too, if you don't like that color. All right, this one will go here. This one goes here. This one goes here. Okay, so I have 4 of each, 4 arches. So I'm going to grab one of each right now. So I'm going to grab this blue one. This is Midnight Muse. This is Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green. And now I need my Mango. All right, so that will be 1 rainbow. And I can go ahead and do all those right now and kind of have them all ready for me when I go to assemble my next cards. And just make sure you're alternating your colors there. Oh. So I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper here and slide that on just so I can kind of keep those pieces together. So I know that's one. And we'll do another one. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm missing the piece I need here. 4, and I must have, there we go. There we go. Okay, now I got it. All right, so this is anyways the one that we're going to start with first. So we have our cardstock here, and I'm going to show you where I got this idea from. So when you're looking at your catalog and your mini catalogs and your brochures, don't think of it as necessarily something you have to shop from, or it is where you find all the product. But look at these awesome and great ideas. So all of our catalogs, all of our brochures give you some samples that you can actually copy. So we're actually doing this one. I'm just putting a little bit of a twist to it to make it my own. So just because you copy a design that you see in the catalog does not mean that you're not being creative. Oh my gosh, for heaven's sake, you are. Because you're putting your own little touches on it. You're using the supplies that you have and what you find fun to use. So I just lost all my comments there. Hello, Helen. Hello, Becky. Okay, so, oops. All of a sudden, my volume decided to pop on. So sorry. All right, so I have that here. And really, I am going to step this up to be a little faster. I just need a couple things out here. I'm pulling in my silicone mat, and notice I did have a little bit of glue already on there, but look how easy that just peels off. So it's great to cover your work surface with that. So I'm going to start here, and I'm actually going to start with my smallest little rainbow. Oh, and I didn't layer that very nicely. Okay, so here's a little tip. So you see that my one top layer here, my one layer is a little bit longer than the other one. Flip it over. That way when someone goes to open your card, they can easily open it. You don't have to rescore it or anything else like that. It's all good. So I want to have this one so it really meets the sides there. And then I'm just going to keep building from there. All right. Just like that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my liquid glue in here, and we'll start with this one. I am going to open this up just to make it easier on myself as I go. I need to move a couple things out of the way. All right, and I'm not going to put a whole lot of glue on there, but just enough that's going to stay in place. Had a little glue stopper there. All right. So as you can see, this paper is so much fun. All right, so I just want to line this up. And one thing about using the liquid glue, it gives you that little wiggle room. So if you don't have it lined up just right, you can get it lined up. It's not a permanent stick automatically. It'll take a little bit for it to dry. Not too long either. It's pretty fast. But it gives you time to move that around so you can get it lined up. So this is I'm calling this the basic one, because then we're going to use a couple extra products and really step this thing up. But this is really cute in itself. So if you're newer to card making, and let's say you just got your die cut machine, this is a pretty easy one to do. All right. So there we go. I didn't pop anything up right now. Just doing it just like that. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a strip of Whisper White here. And this is just a 1/2 inch wide strip. So I have lots of leftover when I trim down my paper. So this is where that is coming from. Or I could actually take a piece of the Blushing Bride too, whichever your choice is. You know what, why don't we do that? Because that's going to blend in a little bit too much. Let's go ahead and just take a half inch strip of this. And again, I will have all the supplies listed in the comments and in the description of the video. I have them all written up. I just need to post it right after the video uploads. Okay, so now this one, I'm going to bring in my Misty Moonlight stamp pad. Here we go. And this is one of our in colors. Now notice this one is going to be retiring. So like in March, they're going to announce that this color is retiring. Make sure you get your stamp pad, your cardstock, and your ink refill before that. I would really suggest getting it before February. Just my 2 cents, because once it says we're retiring this, it disappears and it's just insane. So just so you know ahead of time, it's going to retire for sure. So get your ink refill, your extra cardstock if you already have it. Now this is a photopolymer stamp, so I need to just have a piece of foam or something underneath. You can use a catalog, whatever you have handy. I like to use my foam mat for my Stamparatus. Otherwise you could use a paper piercing mat. And I am just going to simply stamp that right along here. Just like that. I'm going to put that aside for right now because we're going to keep using that one over and over. And I'm going to take my snips, and I'm going to go ahead and snip it off at the end here. And I'm going to make my own banner cut. Now, if you have a punch, you can definitely use your punch, or you can do this just like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. My motto is, if someone tells you it's not perfect, they need to make you the card. Just saying. And also, it's what makes it unique and one of a kind. Tell that person that they're going to get a card from the dollar store next time that doesn't have your heart in it. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add this with dimensionals. Right in the back here. And I'm going to use 3 of the small dimensionals. You could use whichever size dimensionals you have. The large ones will fit as well. I just happen to have those right next to me. Okay, and I'm going to put this right up here, just like that. And now I just want to add something a little more to this, but it's still a pretty quick and easy card. And so I just need to grab my, oh my goodness, here, that's what I'm looking for. All of my Baker's Twine just went flying all over the floor, sorry. Okay, so this is the Essentials pack. It comes with silver and gold. We're going to use this silver. But you can definitely use the gold if you'd like, or other Baker's Twine or linen thread, whatever you have. I like to use just some sparkle sometimes. I like to have that little bit of bling. And the only bling that we really have right now are those dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim that down. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I pull that nice and tight, because that knot really didn't get tight there. There we go. I'm going to pull my bow a little smaller. Okay, and now I'm going to take a glue dot, and with the glue dot, I'm just going to roll my little glue dot in half. So I'm going to take it off my little strip here, and I'm just going to take my nail and kind of roll it in half, roll it into a little glue log. I'm going to take my bow right to that little log there and push it down, and then I am just going to kind of tuck it right underneath my little banner. So that is our first card. Isn't that cute? And it was pretty simple to do. If you don't have a die cut machine, you could just trace around like a plate and trim those out yourself. All right, let's step this up a little bit. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to pull in the same thing. So we've got our basic white cardstock, or thick basic white. And my bone folder tends to keep running away from me. So do that. Since I have this right here, I might as well go ahead and stamp my sentiment, get that out of the way. And we'll just like that. Cover that up and put that out of the way for the moment. And now what I'm going to do, oops, I just need to find my embellishments, which I think walked off somewhere here. So I'm going to be using the Sparkle and Shine sequins that are in our January to July, or January to June mini catalog. They look a lot like the ones we had in our winter, but instead of being silver, there's some iridescent ones in there as well. So fun little things. We're going to just drop some on the front of our card. All right, so again, I'm going to take this. We'll snip our ends here. Now, if you don't want to make a banner end, here's another option for you. Just go ahead and make a straight little cut. Nice and easy, right? Okay, we can get this out of the way. And I need to really crease this because it does not want to sit flat. All right, there we go. Much better. And we're going to take in our next 4 arches. Again, we're going to go ahead and start with our smallest and put it right on the edge. I'm also going to bring in the Cloud Punch. And this is new this year, so ooh, it's a lot of fun. And I have been making a lot of cards with it. And actually, I have been using this set, this paper, and the clouds constantly. I probably already have about 30 cards designed. So now it comes down to, ooh, which cards do I want to put in your class to go? So what is a class to go? So a class to go is I prepare everything so you will get all the pieces that you need to assemble your cards. Usually with the class to go, I mix up cards and projects so they're not just all cards. Oh, and before I put that one down, I want to do one thing. I was talking and not paying attention. I need to pull in my Cloud Punch. And I'm going to punch 2 out for good measure just to see where I want to go with those. And I need to grab a sponge dauber so I can ink up my edges a little bit. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I have a blending brush handy, and that's what we're going to use then. So if you haven't seen our blending brushes, they come 3 to a pack. I have a bunch more in here because that's how I store them. So this is how they come. And they are phenomenal to use. They're much better than using a sponge like we used to do back in the day. They can do like a whole surface, and it's just a nice, smooth, and subtle look. All right, so for the blending brush, what I really need is just to have this here. I'm going to take some ink off of my stamp pad, and then I'm just going to go just a little bit around the edges of my cloud. Yeah, go a little bit on the cloud, just to kind of give it a cloud kind of look. And let's see, we went this way. I think I'm going to go the other direction with this one. So I'm kind of starting off the paper, and then I'm going back on. All right. Super quick and easy. Okay, now make sure my hands are a little cleaner there. And the reason I wanted not to put my first one down is because that is why I want to attach those. So I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm going to use just my liquid glue. Put one here. And we'll put one over here. Just like that. We'll bring back in our final little arch of our rainbow. And we'll adhere that one down. Just like that. Okay. So now we've got a little bit more going on with this one. We'll go ahead and I'm going to just, this time I think I'm going to go ahead and put my banner down at the bottom. Okay. Let's step this up because I want to show you that third card. All right. If I could get these off a little faster, it would be helpful. Okay. Just like that. And now I'm just going to take some little dots of glue randomly on the card. And now I'm going to take my Take a Pick tool. I'm going to come in, I'm going to grab some of these sequins and just randomly put them around. And I'm not really picking or choosing which one. I am just, whatever my little guy here picks up is the one I'm picking up. So if it picks up the same one, I'm just trying to use it in a different area. There was that one. Let's see what I got this time. Oh, I got two little silvers. So let's see. Oh, and it doesn't want to stay. Where'd it go? Oh, it's on my nail. All right, there's one there. And again, if you want to add them more to your card, you can. For the sake of the video, I'm just trying to go pretty quick. Okay, we'll grab the star because that's what's stuck. Okay, so there we go. We're going to add our little piece of bow again. This time, I'm going to tie it right to the top. So I'm opening up my card. And we'll go ahead and tie a bow over here. Now, with linen thread, with baker's twine, with this kind of stuff, I like to tie a knot first because sometimes it doesn't stay quite in place as I want. So there we go. There's my knot. And ta-da! Just turn that a little bit, pull my bow so it's not so big, and slide that down just a hair. There we go. Trim the ends. And there is our card 2. So card 1, card 2, we just stepped it up by adding a punch and some sequins. And now our final card, we're going to step it up just a bit more. So I'm going to bring in my pieces here and move this and this out of the way. And this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in my Designer Series paper. I am also going to bring in a piece of colored cardstock. So instead of using my thick white, I'm going to pull in a piece of, if I can get it out, Mango Melody. And again, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Or sorry, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And that piece looks like it didn't get scored, so I just need to do that score real quick. I have a piece of basic white that was run through the embossing machine using the bark embossing folder. Oh, it is scored. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my bone folder here, smooth that down. I'm going to go ahead and attach this. I am going to use liquid glue to attach this because when you have a textured piece of paper, you want that glue to really get a good hold. So you need a strong adhesive. And liquid glue does seem to do the trick. Okay. All right, so just like that. Now, I'm going to take my small pieces again. So I've got one here. And I'm just laying them out again. You can see it's going to look a little different because we've got that outer layer, but you're still going to be able to fit these right on just like that. And I don't know if I like that color combination, so I'm going to go with this one. I've decided. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so let's get these going on here. And, yeah, I'll just go ahead and tear these down. Sorry, there was hair or something on my project that was bothering me. All right, so we are almost done. We're a little bit longer than normal for our lunch break, but hey, it's well worth it. So we'll finish up this card and it will call it a day. I hope your week is going well. I was so fortunate that my son ran and he went and bought us lunch. So it was kind of nice. He brought it home for me because I do work from home. I do have a full-time job in addition to being a demonstrator. And I can tell you, I love being a demonstrator. It does not stress me out. It is my stress relief. It's the way I meet people, the way I socialize. So I really do love being a demonstrator. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is, instead of punching out my clouds on a piece of white cardstock, I'm going to just do it from this designer series paper. So I'll put that one right there. And I think I'm going to grab, I like this little star one, so I'm going to just kind of cut around my paper here so I can get to that one. Oh, let's see, is it going to slide in all the way? Probably not. So we'll just have to do this one. Now, I don't throw these smaller pieces away that actually have like part of the cloud cut off, because there are things you can do. You can round it with the scissors, or if you put it up against the side of your cardstock, no one's going to know that it wasn't supposed to be like that. So go ahead and grab this one. So we have our little rain and we have our little sun. It's what we need to have a rainbow, right? Okay, so here's the one. Where'd the other one go? There it is. I noticed you have the other side too. All right. So yeah, these are going the same direction, but that's all right. Now I'm going to come in with one more thing here. So I have actually pulled in my Dandy Wishes dies, which is another set of dies that coordinate with a stamp set in the catalog, but I didn't really want to use the stamp set. I just wanted to use this. So this is one of those, I call them the Make-A-Wish weeds. So they grow in Wisconsin. They're all over our yards. So they grow and they have these little seeds that when you pick it up and you blow on it, they scatter in the wind. So yeah. Anyways, I wanted to just use this piece. So I ran it through my die cut machine and I ended up with this. So now I have that extra little thing there, right? So I'm just going to trim it off. And now I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals, and look at how cute this is going already. All right, we're going to pop all of this up. So I'm going to bring in my dimensionals here. And this time I grabbed my larger ones. So let's get these put where I want. I'll just put one there. And there's no real rhyme or reason where I'm putting them. I'm just putting them down. And this one here, I want to sit on top of the cloud, so I only want to put one over here. So I can either take this and cut it in half, or I can just grab a little small one and put it on the one side. Just like that. We'll take a little bit of liquid glue here and just add just a little bit, just so it kind of stays in place. Like that. I don't have glue squishing all over. I can take my... So, and this time I think I'm just going to take a little bow. I could wrap it around like I did the other one. Of course, I thought this was going to be faster, but maybe not. We'll add a little bit of sequins and we will be done. So I hope you enjoy these cards. I hope you can see that just by actually adding some color, adding a couple other pieces from some of your other supplies, you can really step your cards up. You don't have to have everything in the world to step your card up, just some things. Dimensionals are an awesome way to go. Using that blending brush, that adds a little bit of something too. So I'm going to see where I want this, because I may just put it right along the tag. So I need to grab another piece of my Blushing Bride here. And we'll go ahead and cut this at 1/2 inch. So I love this trimmer because it has measurements on both sides. So I know here is where I'm going to cut. So this is a 1/4 inch, that's 1/2 inch. I just put that strip in just like that. I get to hold it down by this guide right here so my paper doesn't move. And there we go. And I have a straight line because I cannot cut a straight line unless I use a trimmer. Just saying, it is not something that I am capable of. I mean, I probably could be, but yeah, I don't take the time to do it. So I love my trimmer. All right. So I'm going to run a little risky here and not use my little mat underneath. And again, I really liked how that look was clean and simple. I like to do cards that can be easily reproduced. So I kind of think it looks kind of nice there. You can put it wherever you want. It actually looks pretty good down there too. We're going to add our dimensionals on there. Oh, I just love how this card came out. Mango is one of those colors that just totally make me happy. All right. And we'll just make our bow a little bit smaller. Curve our tails a little more. And I can take a glue dot and just put it right there. So where'd my glue dots go? Right here. All right, since I added a couple things before my video list, I'm going to quickly update those, and then I'll put the supplies I used in the video, well, in the comments or in the description here. So I'm just going to put it right on the edge here, just like that. Okay, let's get some of this cleared out of the way, and we will go through. So here was our first card, just with the stamps in the bundle. Added just a little bit of embellishment, linen thread, whatever ribbon you have. I then stepped it up by adding in the cloud punch and some sequins. I just angled my tag a little different. And the third card that I stepped up is I added a couple other dies. So I used the dies from the rainbow and bundle. I used my Dandy Wishes to get this little sun shape. The cloud punch, I used the embossing folder just to give it a little extra. And I forgot the sequins. So add your sequins wherever you desire. We'll put some right here. Let's see how quickly I can do this. I don't want to keep you, I don't want to make you late from your lunch. So there we go. There we go. Oop. Now you could use any kind of bling. You could use rhinestones. You could use whatever you dislike if you're not a big sequin girl or guy. So feel free to switch out your embellishment. But hey, you can get any of these products in my online store. And I would love to earn your business. If you have any questions or have any comments that you'd like to share, feel free. Always welcome to feedback. There you go. Have a most wonderful week. I hope the rest of it is smooth sailing for you. Take care. Bye.